I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Fire exits are located left and right of you, up front here. If there is an incident, you'll be notified from here. Please leave in a calm and orderly fashion. Bid results, contract 2506, 55-foot insulated hydraulic articulating over center aerial device. My, what a mouthful that was. You have the bid results forward.
The bid results, Duco Inc. for bid item number 1, $125,573. Bid item number 2, which was for the trade-in of our present truck, was $109,573. There were deviations to their bid. Alltech Industries bid item number 1 without a trade was $127,437. Bid item number 2 for trading in our truck was $102,937, and there were no deviations. And I believe Mr. Pelkey has looked over the bids, and he is recommending Alltech Industries for bid item number 2 in the amount of $102,937.
What's the board's pleasure?
Make a motion to accept that bid?
Accept the low bid.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Moore, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Is there any discussion on it?
So that's actually well less than what we have budgeted,
Yeah. He had budgeted $125,000.
right?
Is that fair what they're giving us for the trade-in, right?
Yes. That's about the going price. It's the high side of the going price. The last time when we traded in our last line truck, we got $15,000 for it.
What will they do? Like refurbish it and resell it?
Probably to like a tree service outfit, on the lower end. It wouldn't be like all electric department truck.
What's the week?
What's the time for delivery, Mark?
75 days.
25 hours.
Oh, it's 75 working days.
You must have them in stock.
Who knows? Any other discussion? That's a roll call vote. Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Second bid results is Diamond Earth, contract 2005-07.
Slack Chemical Company for 2 separate deliveries, bid item 1, $17,260.99. And for a single delivery, which is bid item number 2, they bid the same amount regardless of whether it's 1 or 2 deliveries for $17,260.99. They have, due to rail truckload delays, lead time is 6 to 8 weeks. Aftech bid the same for a single or a double delivery, their bid being $17,064, which is about $200 less than Slack. The only thing they had noted on their bid was plus fuel surcharge, and in researching past orders to these folks, they have noted that in the past. The last time we purchased diatomaceous earth was in 2003. They had that little note in there, but there was no surcharge. We contacted them, and they don't expect that there will be this time, but they can't guarantee it. Because of our need for it, I spoke with Gary Malinsky in the water plant, and he is recommending that we go with Aftech in the amount of $17,064.
I'll make a motion to accept the second bid from Aftech from Rochester.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Moore. Any discussion? No discussion, roll call vote. Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
The mayor votes aye. Open the meeting to the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. one wish to address at this time, you'll have a chance at the end of the meeting. You all have minutes of the regular meeting of May 16th, and a special meeting of May 23rd, and the regular meeting of May 31st. And each one has to be voted on separately. So, the minutes of May 16th.
I'll move that we accept the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
Moved by trustee Penfield, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Minutes of May 23rd. That was a special meeting with the community development people.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written on the May 31st meeting.
It's the May 23rd.
Oh, it says May 31st.
That's the next one.
Oh, three of them, sorry, yeah, okay.
Second.
23rd, sorry, yeah.
Motion by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Penfield. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Minutes of May 31st. That's the end of the fiscal year meeting.
I'll move that we accept the minutes for May 31st as written.
Second.
Moved by trustee Penfield, seconded by trustee Moore. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Bills, you'll have copies of the bills. Is there any other deletions or additions?
No, but I do have one correction, that's on page 2. We bought some meters, it should say Warren Electric Supplies to Warren Fire Service Center.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pay the bills tonight.
Second.
Motion by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Penfield. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Correspondence.
We received a letter, it was received today from the town of Willsboro. It was addressed to Gary Malinsky Water Plant. Dear Mr. Malinsky, the town of Willsboro is in the process of rebuilding one of our filters at the water treatment plant. We have ordered a set of stone filter elements, 49-48 inch and 542 inch. The supplier has advised us there will be an 8-week lag time for delivery. We understand you have extra sets of filters on hand. I am proposing we borrow one set of your filters and replace them with the ones we have on order as soon as they arrive. We will sign a receipt for the borrowed filters when we pick them up. Sincerely, Robert Ashline, Supervisor, Town of Willsboro. I spoke with Mr. Malinsky and he's more than willing to loan them set filters.
Can we hook it up, maybe so Doug could bring them to him? Or we have to send
I
some?
don't think so.
Oh, they're that big?
You know how many there is? There gotta be 50, 60 of them.
know we can-
Oh, well, they'll come up and get
We've
them.
got people
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, they'll come get them.
We'd be glad to, we can, even if we can't bring them all at once. Sure, we can do that.
Yeah,
They'll bring them, they'll come get them, I'm sure.
well, I think you just take it on the road.
I'd like to make a motion to let them use that.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Motion by trustee Moore, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion?
It's a good idea.
There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carried.
The next bit of correspondence we have is just a notice from Clinton County Health Department that they're holding rabies clinic, free rabies clinic for pets in Clinton County. It's going to be held in Ellenberg Depot at the fire station Tuesday, June 28, 2005 from 6 to 8:30. It is posted in the village office. The last thing we have is a letter that was received from Randy Daniels, Secretary of State, dated June 2nd. It was addressed to Mayor Rivers. Dear Mayor Rivers, on behalf of Governor Pataki, I am pleased to be able to provide funding through the local waterfront revitalization program for the Department of State under Tier 11 of the Environmental Protection Fund to undertake the following projects, and it's for construction of Lake Champlain Scenic Pier and amenities in the amount of $300,000. New York's waterfront resources are among its greatest assets, and communities across New York State recognize the importance of these resources and their value to our quality of life. Through the Waterfront Rediscovery Initiative, New York's underused waterfront areas are being transformed providing new opportunities for economic growth, recreation, and restoration of natural resources. Since 1995, Governor Pataki has awarded over 620 local waterfront revitalization program grants from the Environmental Protection Fund, totaling more than $54 million for waterfront projects at the Department of State. In the near future, your office will be contacted by the Division of Coastal Resources and the Department of State to begin developing a contract. Thank you for your efforts to improve our waterfronts. I am pleased that New York State is able to assist. Signed sincerely, Randy Daniels. And that's all I have for correspondence.
Thank you, Phil. Report of the mayor and the board of trustees. First item on my agenda tonight is a request of the executive session to discuss administrative personnel.
I'll second that.
Motion made by the mayor, seconded by trustee Jefferson, and this is a roll call vote. Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. And the second thing on my agenda is the result of surplus bid items, compost equipment. You gonna read that, Phil, or am I?
I can do that. Carol put it under you, and I haven't quite figured it out yet, but it really doesn't matter. Village of Champlain bid $7,000 for the belt dewatering press, which includes the conveyor for the belt press and control panel. BDP Industries, Inc. Bid on the belt dewatering press, which is the conveyor for the belt press and control panel, $9,100. They also put a bid in for the Royer Trom screening system in the amount of $2,010, and for the Knight Manufacturing Real Augie stationary mixer in the amount of $1,010. So if you add those three together, if my math is right, it's $12,120, opposed to Champlain $7,000 for the one piece.
Need a motion.
Well, I'll make a motion to accept the second bid from BDP Industries.
Motion by trustee Jefferson. Second.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Penfield. Any discussion?
I'd like to help you guys out in Champlain, but I guess it's down to money, so I guess we'll have to go with the second bid.
It's not just money. Once you advertise for bid, you're compelled to take high bid.
Yeah, you know.
Is there any other discussion? A roll call vote. Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
The mayor votes aye. And I believe that's it for me. Trustee Penfield.
Actually, the one item that I have on the agenda tonight is something that Arsen asked us to take care of on our meeting on Tuesday, which was to authorize our treasurer to sign for the EFC sewer project finance agreement. So that is already taken care of. We don't need to obviously do it again tonight. However, I spoke with Mike Tatro this afternoon, and he did finally hear back from Tom Renane regarding the subdivision regulations. And apparently, according to what Tom feels he has looked over, it is ready to be drafted into a local law. So I don't know whether anyone has come up with any comments since the last time that we discussed this at a meeting. If there's any comment?
Board, any comments? How about?
Who decides if you need sidewalks? Is that, yeah, I asked you about that a while ago.
Oh, in that, the one about the side of the road?
Yeah.
I don't think that that's been changed at all, Junior.
Has it, Mike?
It's still under community development,
Yeah.
residential or commercial work, depending on which type of project it is. But no, it wasn't changed.
No, it is the same as it was.
Are you looking for a motion?
Actually, I think if you know, if we're set, ready to go, I'd like to move that we approve our attorney to go ahead and draft the local law with these subdivision requirements in it.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Motion by trustee Penfield, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion? Well, roll call vote again. We're having fun tonight. Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. it?
I think so. I think that's it. That's all I
Thank you.
have.
Thank you, trustee Penfield. Trustee Jefferson?
Okay, there's a couple things on my agenda tonight. A meeting for the 2005 July 4th celebration will be held on Monday, July 13th, 2005 at 6
July
p.m.
13th.
June 13th, excuse me, sorry. I was written wrong. So that's the last meeting before the parade. So I'd just like to get the word out. We're still looking for entries for the parade. Everyone's welcome. We have our bands all in line, so it looks pretty good there, but we're just trying to get some more local entries. So if you want to come to the parade, you are welcome.
What was that date again, Brian?
It's June 13th,
Okay,
next week at 6 o'clock. We'll be here.
thank you.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion for an executive session tonight to discuss electrical personnel.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Moore. Roll call vote, trustee Penfield.
Aye.
Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye.
Okay, and the last item on my agenda tonight is we received a request from the Cornerstone Drugs, the owner, Dan Bosley, for any possible assistance through our IEEP program. Invoices and specifications for energy-efficient lighting was sent to Mike Lyons, who represents the IEEP in our area. Mr. Lyons has informed us that the lighting does meet the IEEP criteria and will result in approximately $1,200 a year in electric cost. I'd like to make a motion tonight to use $3,884 of our IEEP contributions, which is 50% of the total cost of the lighting of material that is in the Cornerstone drugstore.
Second.
Motion by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Penfield. Is there any discussion?
No, that was that it was going to save the customer about $1,200 annually,
Save.
right?
We're
That
gonna
was a
save him-
savings.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
save approximately $1,200 a year in electric costs. So it's gonna pay for itself in about 3 years.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
And that's all I have on my agenda tonight.
Thank you, trustee Jefferson. Trustee Moore.
Nothing. Quiet again tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, trustee Moore. Phil?
No, sir, nothing.
Oh, well, this is going great. Marchand?
I don't have anything.
Brian? Mike?
Oh, very quiet.
Doug?
Sorry.
We're on a roll.
Just a little tune-up, that's all. Just on the construction project, the punch list we're working through, Axe 2 Construction has finished most of their paving they're doing. They are going to be back at Tower Tex and Consolidated Apparel to redo restoration there, which hasn't been to the owner's satisfaction. And they still have work to do on riprap out at the causeway where we went out into the lake north of the bridge. They have some more work to do out there. Sheehan will be back next week to put in the flow meter, and they also will then work on their restoration at the plant. And Severn Trent is still due back. They have our cones they accidentally took, and they also have some more restoration work to do on Babby's near Sandy's Deli. And other than that, our office has been working on infrastructure mapping. We had Phil down a couple weeks ago for a tour of the process, and through Phil, we've talked to Brian, and we're going to take advantage of the work that the Clinton County is doing to digitize their tax maps, and we're going to be able to blend their tax maps in with our infrastructure map so that Brian and his people can then go do their work for their straight voltage that is required, and then we'll put that in with our infrastructure map. And that's it. Any questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Hi, Melissa.
Doug, thank you so much. I'd like to start off and request authorization for the mayor to sign the Army Corps of Engineers draft permit. It finally arrived in the village, and as we were about to send it out, we noticed that we should have some sort of authorization from the board. And Phil, if you're willing to authorize the mayor to sign it, Phil will notarize the minutes, and we'll include it with the permit.
Okay, I'll make that motion then. Don't you want? I'll do a
Yeah.
motion to authorize the village to go out.
Mayor to sign the Corps of Engineers permit.
I'll second.
Yeah, that's a
Motion by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Penfield. Any discussion?
What exactly does this allow us to do? This is the original permit that was applied for in September of 2003. It's for the boat launch improvements and the shoreline park and scenic pier as originally designed. So it's the sheet piling system all along the park and all around the pier. And what we will need to do, since we're considering a considerable design alteration, is talk to the Corps about modifying the permit. But this will allow us the Office of Parks and Recreation will not take our plans to look at until we can send the permit with it. Okay. So this will allow us to get the boat launch under construction this summer. Thank you. You're welcome.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, vote by your sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
And just to give you a little idea on the timeline of that, I did speak to Stephen Schumach at the Corps of Engineers. We're hoping to have the final permit back within a week or two, and then the plans go to Parks and Rec and Empire State Development. Hopefully within a month of that point, we'll be going out to bid. The final plans are almost complete. It's just a matter of getting the approval of the funding agencies. Okay. The other item that I have before you tonight is the Alon's proposal for site plan design at the D&H railway station. This would allow us to put together a site plan for, most importantly, drainage of the building and the site, decorative fence, street lighting installation, a little bit of landscaping, not much until we get the heavy work done, but it's a start. And that was for, I think, $3,750, and that would come right out of our quality community grant that we have for the station.
Do you need a motion on that?
If you would, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to make that motion and that we go ahead with the work on the land for the restoration project on the road station.
Second.
Motion by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Morris. Any discussion? Being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
Thank you, and we're going to try to get that started immediately so that we can have a plan in case we do have the volunteer labor we're hoping for this summer. I just wanted to let everyone know that the new sketch for the new proposed design for the shoreline walkway and scenic pier from Montgomery Street is available at the village office. As you go in to pay your electric bill, it's actually tacked up right in front of the counter. It's also available on the village website, which is www.rousespointny.com, rousespointny.com. And I don't know if any of you have had a chance to look at that. I'm so pleased with the way that looks on the website. Robin did a great job of getting that there for us, and I'm hoping we'll get feedback. Now that we actually have a grant award and some money to build it, it'd be nice to get some feedback. I'd like to thank the steering committee members and the members of the Sportsman's Club for the help they're giving us in setting up our luncheon for next Friday for the travel writers that Lakes to Locks are bringing to Rouses Point. We're going to have a luncheon on the pier, weather permitting, and also the restaurants in the village who are donating a dish or two for that luncheon. I think I got the list of travel writers today by email, and it's quite an interesting group, Canadian and American, and ought to get us some nice publicity. The grant applications for the 2005 EPF are progressing. We're still putting the concept together and trying to gather the info. Brian and I are going to meet next week and put some numbers together. And I'll have a detailed outline and a resolution for you, resolutions of support for you at the next meeting. And just one more reminder, we're trying to make sure that everyone interested in the Main Street Program grant, our downtown property owners, are aware that we are having a meeting here Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Everyone is eligible, that is in the target area, to apply for the facade and building restoration money from the state, 50% grant, 50% local match. And I did just give the board tonight those draft design guidelines. Alon prepared those and I think did an excellent job in writing them specifically for property owners who are thinking about doing a renovation. I thought they were very user-friendly as I looked at them, and they're part of the design guideline package we're getting out of our Quality Community Grant funding. So unless the board has any questions?
Yeah, I just want to tell you how everything worked out last week. It was really nice to have the governor here, and it was good for the village, and you did a very nice job, and we'd like to acknowledge nice work that you're doing for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The mayor organized the entire ceremony and on the, really, within what, George? What did you have, 12 hours?
I got notified
16
about 5 o'clock at night.
There was a lot of excitement, but it was wonderful, and it couldn't have been a nicer day to showcase the lake and waterfront, definitely. Thank you.
We forgot to invite Hometown Cable, but thank God Frank Kavanaugh gave me the word. So, thank you for being here.
Thank Frank.
Open the meeting to the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. In so much as that we're at the end of the meeting, I'd like to thank Melissa, certainly Brian and his crew for pitching in. I called them up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, said, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I need. And Michael Bryan down here at the rec center, these guys, they gave us 110%. It was awesome. I can't say enough. It's quite an honor to have the governor come to your community, and then even a better honor to give you $300,000. So, I think, just put us on a roadmap again.
I think we should.
If I missed anybody, I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped.
I think we should acknowledge Tim Lincourt for the nice pictures too that he took for the village. And there's a copy of the pictures in Phil's office with the governor and the whole day. I want to thank him for that also.
With that, I'll take a motion for adjournment. Not adjournment, recess.
Got it.
Trustee Jefferson. Trustee Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, we are in recess for 5 minutes.